Hello and welcome back to the Wee Larder. Today I'm going to be making a delicious blackcurrant drizzle cake. And my kids absolutely loved this recipe. It was so good and it was so easy to make. We have so many blackcurrants in our garden just now, and we've been creating all sorts of things with our blackcurrants, and this was one of our favourite recipes, so I thought I would share it with you guys. So for the blackcurrant drizzle cake, you're going to need 150 grams of caster sugar, 150 grams of butter, 2 eggs, 175 grams of self-raising flour, the juice of 3 limes, 5 tablespoons of honey, 3 tablespoons of caster sugar, and about 300 grams of blackcurrants. And we actually had some syrup left at the end, so it was really good to use for toast in the morning as well. So you're just going to add all your butter into your food mixer and your sugar, and you're going to cream those two things together. Now I usually just put this on a medium speed to cream the butter and the sugar. And just stop once it's completely blended together. Next, you're going to add in your 2 eggs, and you're just going to blend those 2 eggs into the butter and sugar mixture. And you're going to add in your flour as well. Now, I have actually started the speed on quite medium here. I have actually speeded up the video, so it's not going that fast. And I'm just gradually increasing the speed up to full speed, and you'll see the texture at the end, so you'll know when it's ready. So it's a nice creamy consistency. So all we're going to do is pop that into a buttered loaf tin, and just try and make sure you don't get any bits going up the side like I did there, because that will burn in the oven. So I just kind of gave it a wipe after. And you're going to want to put this in the oven at about 160 for a fan oven, and for about 25 minutes, just until the cake is completely cooked through and golden on the top. So while that's in the oven, we're going to make our blackcurrant drizzle. Now we're going to start by putting all of the honey into the pan. So I've only videoed 2 tablespoons going in here, but you're going to add all your honey into the pan here. I just didn't want to keep filming for the whole 5 tablespoons. So all your honey's in there now, and we're going to squeeze our limes in. So we've got the juice of 3 limes going in there. Next we're going to add in our caster sugar. We're going to add in our water as well, and then we're going to give that a really good stir through. So what we're going to do is bring the heat up to a boil. So we're going to start on a simmer and then gradually bring the heat up to a boil, and then we're going to keep stirring at a high temperature for 15 minutes, or basically until the syrup has reduced by half. Now I actually use one of those pans with a little measuring bit up the side, so it's really easy to see once it's reduced by half, but you might have to do it by eye if not. So we're not adding the blackcurrants in at this stage. So I've left the cake to cool once it was out the oven, and I'm just going to pierce holes all over the top of it. Now what we're going to do is pour the first part of the syrup onto the cake, and then we'll be adding the blackcurrants in at the end. So just make sure you've got holes all over the cake, and this just really helps to get the syrup right through the sponge. And you want to keep your cake in the loaf tin to do this as well. So if you just pour half of your syrup over the cake and keep the remaining half in the pan, because we're going to add the blackcurrants into the remaining half. And just make sure you get it all over the cake. So add in your blackcurrants, make sure they're cleaned and all the little stalks are pulled off as well, and that they don't have any other debris on them. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook these gently for about 5 to 10 minutes, basically until they have softened. And then we will mash through with the potato masher. And this just helps to break them up and create a jammy consistency. Now it's not thick like a jam, but It's kind of halfway between like a jam and a sauce. Now, I actually had leftovers from making this recipe, and I used it on toast, and it was really, really good. But you could also use it on like ice cream or porridge for breakfast. Actually, I used it for porridge for breakfast as well, and that was really nice. So if you pour the jam over the top, and you can put as much as you want on. I put about half of the mixture on because I wanted to keep a little bit for toast. And you just want to make sure you leave this to cool completely in the loaf tray before slicing, otherwise the cake will break up really easily. Now, I didn't catch it on video for some reason, but I also grated some lime over the top of this blackcurrant drizzle cake as well. And that is a recipe, folks. It is so easy, and it's so delicious. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. If you're on Instagram and you do make this cake, pop over and say hello and tag me in your cake photographs. I'd love to see your versions of it. So take care, and I will see you guys again soon. Lots of love. Bye.